So July 2022, Cookies comes to Florida.
Yes.
They decide to interview not only the Stoner girls, but some of the Stoner bros as well. And I know that didn't end up so well for you and for Cookies. So why don't you tell us what happened there?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Okay.
You know, originally it was about Stoner Girl Tay. For the longest time, man, and I got to give the background a little bit. For the longest time, I was literally the only person in Florida wearing a Cookies hat. All right, everybody knows this. It's a fact. All right. After I left the Bozo brand, you know, I needed some new headgear. And I got Cookies. You know, there was talks of them coming, but it's been years had went by, no Cookies. I said, yo, I'm going to wear this Cookies hat. All right. Even as becoming StonerBro Flex, you know, I'm always grinding. And I'm like, Tay, one day I'm going to get Cookies. And, you know, I don't think she even saw it that far. She's trying to get Liberty at this point. I'm shooting for Cookies.
Right.
You know, so it was a weird set of events. Next thing I know, like a week went by, a week had passed. We're in the Discord. And we all get a phone message with a story, and it's Tay handing somebody something, and he says, we'll see you soon. And, you know, me doing my research, I look up the guy, and I realize he's somebody from Cookies.
Awesome.
So I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Yo, Tay just got this Cookies deal for us, man. Our dream's coming true right now, you know?
Right.
And then, as you know, that's not how it worked out, you know?
Sure.
But yeah, when she made that announcement, you know, we were going to go do something with Cookies. It was one of the greatest things. And of course, it was her. It was her deal. She was going to do a commercial at my doctor's office, the Bud Doc, one of the best doctors in the state of Florida. So we showed up there to do the interview or to do the commercial. And while she was there filming the commercial, the Cookies crew was there and said, hey, we're going to interview you guys as well. And that's how the interviews took place.
Okay. And did you have one of the better interviews?
Oh, man, I had the best interview, right?
Of course.
Like, come on now. I had the best interview. I actually go first. You know, I go first. And, you know, they say lights, camera, action. And it's not even like I'm trying. I just do what I do. I get out here and I tell my story. You know, addictions counselor, you know, I went through child abuse. I was kidnapped. I went through all this stuff, man, in life to get to where I'm at right now. And I just tell my story how it is. And my story is that great, man, you know? So anyway, by the end of the interview, everyone's like, wow, Flex, we didn't even know you spoke like that, you know? Great interview. And I feel like in my mind, the mistake that happened was, you know, the brand guy instantly branded, hands me his phone in front of everybody. And he says, hey, Flex, you know, put your number in my phone here. You know, we'll talk to you separately. And I just feel like that just caused a little bit of a rift in the room right there, you know.
So instantly you could feel it in the air. Something was different.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. By the end of the interviews, all right, and more happened too. Like during the interview, some other points happen. You know, I go downstairs with the guys from Cookies. You know, they're pulling out their cannabis. We're all smoking, having a good time. I'm like, yo, man, you know, my dream was always to be a brand ambassador for you guys. And the guy's like, well, you are one. I'm the guy that makes that happen. You're a brand ambassador. You know, makes all these promises. You know, I have your number. I'm going to be sending you products. I'm going to be sending you merchandise. You know, we're going to hype up this grand opening. All right. You know, I'm going to call you later on. And when those guys pulled out of the parking lot, all of us sat around Tay's car and we were trying to celebrate, but you know, I could instantly see it on her face. Something was off. And, you know, as you could see, as it progressed, you know, what it became to where I no longer represent them anymore.
Was that the baseline or did it slowly turn into, you know, like losing privileges, or was that kind of it? That was kind of like the line in the sand.
Well, that was the beginning of the end, if you want to call it that, the beginning of the end. Because what had happened was, you know, the next day after Cookies, now I have the brand ambassador's number, you know, the brand guy's number. And I already talked to him. I said, hey, I'm doing a live later. Is it okay to say, hey, I'm a brand ambassador, and I got all this stuff on my phone. He says, yeah, sure. And I guess when I announced that, hey, I did a post, hey, we're the first brand ambassadors here, that ruffled some feathers. Like, I immediately got a text message from Tay. Flex, this isn't right. I'm a little upset at this, which wasn't common. This happened 2 other times with her. So, when the text came through, I said, oh man, this isn't going to be good, but she wasn't happy about that. And she actually had said, like, I got people from the group here and they're saying, oh, is it just him? Is it not us? I need you to change that around, take it down. And, and the problems really started from there at that point.
And how did things turn out with cookies?
Right. They had made a lot of promises to us. There was a few of us in the room, the honeybees, Pluto Fitness, Millie, I love her to death. Dana was in there, a couple others, not really too important, but they had made us a lot of promises. We were supposed to have an Airbnb the day of the opening. We were supposed to be in an Airbnb chilling with Burner. We were supposed to have all this merchandise. We were supposed to get all these products. Like, not one thing that they promised came true.
Mm.
So the night before the opening, I had already decided, and I hadn't heard a word, right? Tay had not told us anything. I had already decided the night before, I told, McTally at the time, I said, yo, McTally, I'm not even going to this thing. I'm not even going. I'm just going to skip out now. And he couldn't believe it. He was like, really? And he did the same. And then I found out the next day, half of the group did as well, because the promises were broken.
Mm.
They didn't have any of that for any of us, and to be quite honest, I felt a little stupid. How could a brand as big as this come here in Florida, where we've been waiting for years? This whole time you're trying to pump out, we need this medical, we need this medical, we need this to look medical when you guys are out there representing for us. And it was like a bait and switch, like the day of the open, and it's all hip hop-ish, everything that they told us not to do, they switched it up. They brought in their own VIPs and all this other mess. So, long story short, they talked a good game, but when it came down to it, they were fugazi. Everything that they promised, none of it came true.
Let that be a lesson to those out there trying to become a brand ambassador. You certainly need to do your due diligence and be aware of some of these people out there in the game.
And I'm going to tell you this as well. It didn't just end there either, right? Because the brand ambassador now, I tell him I'm not coming. I tell him I'm not coming to the grand open, and he's still trying to get me to come there. Flex, I got the VIP bag for you. I said, nah, man. I know you guys have another one coming up in Orlando or something like that. When that one happens, and if you want to make it right, you'll reach out to me then. Oh man, listen, if you come meet me, I'm flying out tomorrow. Come meet me at the airport and I'll give you your VIP bag, right? Now at this point, I already know the guy's full of crap, but I say, you know what? I'm gonna go out there anyway. Let's just see, man. If because he's sending me messages. Oh man, I always keep my word. I always keep my word. I said, all right, I'm gonna meet this guy before he flies out, get my VIP bag. Don't you know I'm sitting at the meeting spot? I don't hear nothing from this guy. He no calls, no shows me.
Wow.
Messages me from the airport. Oh man, we got busy. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to message you. We're gonna mail your VIP bag out, right? So at this point, I'm like, F that VIP bag. Fuck cookies. They suck. All right. So then he says, Flex, we're gonna mail it to you. And again, I'm like, this guy's full of shit. Don't you know he mails me this VIP bag? On the inside, it's like some beat up generic hat and a size small shirt. After he asked me for my size, so I open it up and it's a size small, and I said, hey, maybe they thought the shirt was for him because he's got a small little body like that. Maybe they just sent me his shirt by accident. And I don't know what it was, but I took the bag and I threw it right in the dumpster. All right. That's where it belongs. And that's my cookie story.
So no sooner than like a month later, in August 2022, you quit the Stoner Girls. Why don't you expand on that?
Quit. I don't know if I'm going to say quit. I did leave, but I believe it was a mutual thing.
Okay.
At that point, from the time from cookies to now, that month was one of the longest months of my life, right? because I have events with them. We have Dab Day in Miami.
Mm.
You know, I'm catching severe attitude from Tay at that point. You know, she was trying to post stuff from Cookies. You know, she was aggravated about some stuff. I know a lot of the footage that got posted from Dab Day was footage that I filmed. I never even got credit for any of that. You know, those Cookies posts from Dab Day Miami, man, that came from me. Um, but it had been a long month. You know, you got to understand with this community that she created. You know, every Monday we had a community Zoom call we had to attend. But besides that, you know, there was the Stoner Girls Discord where all of us hung out every day. You know, if someone was going through something, they would send a message in the Discord, yo, guys, I woke up today. I'm feeling the anxiety. I feel bad. You would immediately have people pop on there and give comfort and show responsible love and concern. So after the Cookies, I'm still showing up. The other community members don't know really what's going on. And I'm in there. I'm trying to, because I learned a valuable lesson with the sunshine stuff. All right. So this time around, I didn't want the drama to grow into the group because now I'm a part of this community. People love me in this community. All right. And so I went in there with my game face on, like everything was fine. I'm showing up. I'm shouting people out. I'm helping people. I'm loving people. Um, but the whole time I'm getting the stank eye from Tay, you
Right.
know? And it was just an uncomfortable feeling. It wasn't the nicest feeling. You know how that goes. You're working your hardest. And
Sure.
everybody that's watching this whole entire period, they see, man, every day I wake up, Stoner Girls, Stoner Bros, every member of that community, I'm reposting, I'm sharing. I am putting these guys on top of the world, man, above myself. So just imagine doing that this whole entire time, and now you're getting crapped on for absolutely no reason. It was difficult.
Mm.
It was difficult.
Yeah, I could imagine, especially after everything you previously went through with Sunshine, now Stoner Girls.
You know, and the Stoner Girls hurt the worst, right? Because before joining, you know, Big Boss Bozo did not like Tay. Tay did not like Big Boss Bozo. And then now after hanging out with them both, I can understand why, you know what I mean? But the one thing that she said to me, Flex, I am not like that guy. You don't have to worry about that here with me. And I believed her. And you know, that hurt the most. It hurt the most because joining that group, as great as of a moment as it was for me, I lost friends from joining them. Because prior to me joining them, they had issues in the community as being the Mean Girl Society. There were several girls that were in that community. I'm friends with them. You know, a lot of them went through fat shaming. You know, it's no secret what I'm talking about here. A group of ladies, they were putting out evidence on this kind of bullying and fat shaming and things like that were going on. So they had gotten a bad rap for that. You know, so in my mind, I did lose friends, man. One of my friends, Country Kush Queen, Anna, man, I love her so much. I lost her friendship because she was one of the girls that had gotten bullied by them.
Mm.
So just imagine, you know, I changed my name to Stoner Bro, how many people I hurt
Sure.
along the way. And I didn't get a chance to explain why I did that move. You know, I saw an opportunity here. You know, they had Stoner Bros. She just had the name. For her, it's a name thing, right? She had the name. It was a defunct group. You know, in my mind is I just left Sunshine Cannabis. I don't like them. You don't like them. Here you have this platform. Here I could do the Stoner Bros part. We could be something greater and do so much more for this community. And that's what the plan was supposed to be. You know, and it didn't work out like that, you know, and I believe it had to do with egos, and I'm pretty sure it had to do with a little bit of jealousy.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay.
But it was time to go. I knew it was time to go. It was definitely time to go during that month period when the cookies thing happened. And some of her closest friends that helped her grow this company. You know, I would pop in a Discord and she's bad mouthing them. So in my mind, I'm already feeling, you know, I'm already feeling some pressure myself. And it's like in my mind, it's like, man, if she's talking about people that have been with her this long, I'm chopped liver. who am I? I'm nobody, you know? So I got the hell out of there. And it wasn't even a big deal for me to leave there. I just went through the sunshine stuff. Like,
Yeah.
this was minimal compared to that, you know? And I think going through the sunshine stuff made this situation a lot easier to pack up and bounce from, you know what I mean?
Right.
So there was a lot of that stuff going on. And again, I'm not using this opportunity or this platform. I'm not bad mouthing the business. All right, I don't badmouth brands, as I said. You know, I'm speaking about my experience and what I had to deal with Stoner Girl Tay. You know, I'm not mad at her. I don't hate the girl. I'm disappointed, but I get it. She's a young 20s. You know, I know she tells everyone she's a boss lady. She's doing the boss lady thing, but she's a young girl.
Right.
You know, we're old, man. Everything she's working for now, man, I've either done had or I've gave it away. You know, so we're in this for different purposes, but you know, when you look at somebody like that has a successful brand and not one single person that helped you get to where you're at right now is standing next to you, that's a problem. And that should speak of their character. And I'm just going to leave it at that, you know? I wish them all the success in the world. I'm not a hater. You know, I even love my haters. I definitely wish them all the success in the world. But it's just a shame because the community that she had built, she had everything in the palm of her hands. She could have been so much greater.